Hey everyone, Botox Games here. Today I wanted to talk about this potential leaked Nintendo Direct airing date, as well as some of the announcements we might see in said showcase, because a couple days ago, there was a bit of a mix-up, I suppose, when it comes to an update for Among Us of all games, and they actually posted a trailer for an update that was supposed to go out on June 18th, and ever since then, the belief has been that this upcoming June Nintendo Direct will be on June 18th. So I wanted to talk about that today, but also all of the other little odd things going on in terms of what could actually show up in this Nintendo Direct, because there's actually a surprising amount of like indie games and third-party games that I believe would be good candidates to actually appear or be announced in this Nintendo Direct. So let's start off with this whole Inner Sloth thing. For those unaware, I didn't make a video about it when it happened because I didn't think there was enough really to talk about, because the funny thing is, right, everybody on Twitter is losing their minds. People in my comments, me personally even, I'm losing my mind. Like, when will this Nintendo Direct be? I've been saying it would be next week, so anywhere from like June 18th through the 20th, but it seems as though it'll actually be on the 18th. But it is kind of funny considering, like, we know it's this month. Nintendo said there will be a June Nintendo Direct, and yet we're all still losing our minds trying to figure out the exact date, when the reality is we only have to wait like 2 more weeks at max. But either way, a few days ago on June 12th, Inner Sloth, the creators of Among Us, as well as GameSpot, actually posted a trailer for a new Among Us update that is scheduled to come out on June 18th. Now, they immediately took it down. I believe the wording in the trailer was like out now or something. So the idea is there is an Among Us update with like new crewmates and all that. I don't really play Among Us. I don't freaking know what they're adding to that game. But the idea is this trailer would be in a Nintendo Direct, but it was just posted a little bit too early by Inner Sloth and GameSpot, which honestly lines up. Among Us has appeared, I believe, in multiple Nintendo Directs at this point, not even just one. So getting an Among Us update in a Nintendo Direct isn't really that surprising. But that date, June 18th, why would they take it down? If it wasn't meant to be in a Nintendo Direct, they would just say, oopsie, well, here's the trailer, you see it now, you know the update. But June 18th specifically is one of the many dates that we are speculating this Nintendo Direct will actually air on, and there's no other showcases that day, right? Like, we are past most of the Summer Games Fest events. SGF itself happened, the Ubisoft Forward, the Xbox Showcase, the Indie Day of the Dev stuff, like, that's all already happened. In fact, Inner Sloth was actually at SGFs, so I feel like if they didn't have a better platform from that announcement, it would have probably been at Summer Games Fest, like the actual Jeff Keighley event. But it sounds like they maybe have a spot in the upcoming Nintendo Direct, which honestly is a better spot for that game to get a trailer. So that alone has a ton of people speculating June 18th. Frankly, I just think that makes the most sense. I was leaning towards June 20th just because, I don't know, it's a little bit later. Might as well, be a little pessimistic. Then I'll be pleasantly surprised if it is this upcoming Tuesday. And for those unaware, for those saying like, well, directs are normally on Wednesdays, it would be on Wednesday this year. I do believe that. However, Wednesday, June 19th is, of course, Juneteenth, which is a federal holiday in the US. Nintendo of America headquarters are closed on that day, so it doesn't make any sense that it would be on the 19th. So it has to be, in my opinion, either the 18th or the 20th. It could be the week Luigi's Mansion 2 HD releases, but I feel like, in general, they try to avoid having a direct the same week or, a couple days away from a major release, which, like it or not, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is a major release for them this year. So yes, I actually do think we will see this Nintendo Direct this upcoming week on the 18th. I believe it'll be in the morning, which is perfect for me. Like I mentioned in a video a couple days ago, I am busy on June 20th. I have a concert I'm going to, so yeah, I would have been kind of annoyed if it happened that day. But there's some other things I wanted to talk about in terms of games that I think might show up in this Nintendo Direct, because there's been a lot of smoke around just various random things that I feel like a lot of people aren't really talking about. So the first thing I want to discuss right now is Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. For those that follow the gaming leaks and rumor space, this game leaked a very long time ago. I believe it was rated by one of the ratings boards like early last year. It's been a long time. And then at one point last year, I believe in November, the full game was just accidentally playable on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know how that happens. I don't know who pressed what button to make the game playable. I remember there was some rough textures and stuff, so hopefully the idea is they went back and actually fixed it. But this entire game leaked without them ever announcing it. This game is still technically not announced. Ubisoft put out a press release saying, hey, that wasn't meant to happen, but we look forward to showing you the game in early 2024. Well, we are officially past early 2024, so this game needs to be announced soon. Well, this week, Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition actually got PSN trophies, so they popped up on the PlayStation Network's back end, which means this game is very close to releasing. Now, I was actually expecting it to show up at the Ubisoft Forward, but that didn't happen. And Beyond Good and Evil, of course, is a GameCube game. A lot of people associate it with the GameCube. So what better place to announce the 20th anniversary edition of this game in a Nintendo Direct? Maybe it's a Shadow Drop. Indeed. I think that'd be very exciting. I've never played Beyond Good and Evil, but I know it's a game that a lot of people hold very near and dear. And if this does get Shadow Dropped next Tuesday, I think that'd be a slam dunk. I think that makes a lot of sense, even if it's not Shadow Dropped, right? Maybe it comes out in a few weeks from now or something, but I think this game is ready to go. I mean, evidently it was ready to go late last year. It's just taken them a long time to announce it. So I think this is definitely something that will appear in this upcoming Nintendo Direct. Now, one game that showed up in the Xbox Game Showcase is Life is Strange Double Exposure. I'm not a huge Life is Strange fan. I enjoyed that last one they released, True Colors, but Life is Strange Double Exposure, it's a direct sequel to the first game, has the same characters from that. Kind of cool, I guess. This game is coming to Nintendo Switch. It's releasing on other platforms on October 29th, though. In fact, if you go to the Twitter account for Life is Strange, the wording is so funny. It says here, Life is Strange Double Exposure coming to Xbox Series consoles, PlayStation 5, and PC on October 29th, 2024, and is also coming to Nintendo Switch. Like, it's just kind of like sandwiched in at the very end there, that it's also coming to Nintendo Switch with no date. You can pre-order it on GameStop. It has the October 29th release date for every platform except Nintendo Switch. We've seen, I believe, the Life is Strange Arcadia Bay collection. That was like a remastered collection of the first couple games. I think that got delayed on Switch as well, so it came out a little bit later. But I think it's very likely that something like this could maybe show up in a sizzle reel or just a quick little headline in a Nintendo Direct. Say, hey, Life is Strange Double Exposure coming to Switch. Maybe it's not October 29th, maybe it's like December or something. Just a few months separated, you know. That's how we Nintendo fans have to accept a lot of third-party support. It feels like, yeah, you're getting it, but it's going to be worse, and it's going to be a few months later. So I think that's another pretty good candidate for what could show up in this Nintendo Direct from Square Enix. And then finally, we have two indie games that I would be willing to bet money that at least one of these will show up. The first one I'm not so confident, however, I would like to discuss it because Yacht Club Games just had a very nice showcase where they announced Shovel of Hope. I think it's Deluxe, which is like a new version of Shovel Knight, which has online multiplayer and like new characters and stuff. Pretty cool. But they also showed a new trailer for Mina the Hollower, which is a game they kickstarted several years ago. Originally was slated for 2023. I actually talked to the director of the game, I believe, at PAX West 2022. I played the game, got some hands-on. It's very cool. It's a very Game Boy Color inspired Zelda game. This game was slated for last year. Now, in this new trailer, it just says, coming soon. They didn't even say 2024. So I'm a little less confident in this, but I really hope this game is coming soon, and it would be a great indie game to show in this Nintendo Direct. Indies are a very important part of every Direct. I feel like Mina the Hollower, with that lineage of Yacht Club, of course, the creators of Shovel Knight, like people love Yacht Club games. Nintendo fans especially, I feel like, have a deeper connection to this developer. A Nintendo Direct is a great place to show Mina the Hollower, and I really hope we see more of it in this showcase. But another indie game coming to Switch that we have not seen much of this year is Plucky Squire, or The Plucky Squire from Devolver Digital. This is being made by a new indie studio called All Possible Futures. One of the leads on this game is actually a former Pokemon artist, which is pretty interesting. But this is a really unique looking indie game where you kind of like jump into the pages of this book, but also you come out into these 3D environments. Really unique art style, really unique gameplay mechanics going on here, and it's been one of my personal most anticipated games of this year. Now, Devolver Digital had their own showcase last week during SGF, and this is a game that was just weirdly absent. Now, in like the little pre-show, they were doing these like little meme images or whatever, like little text blurbs, and they said in that thing, like, hey, this game's still coming out in 2024, but we didn't get a trailer for it. Now, once again, I feel like this is one of those indie games that just fits right on Nintendo Switch. It fits right in a Nintendo Direct. What if they didn't show it at Devolver because, hey, we have a release date and a new trailer in the upcoming Nintendo Direct? I feel like that makes a lot of sense for a game like this, and I would actually bet money that that is something we will see in the June Direct. Beyond that, there is something else I found kind of interesting regarding the new Monkey Ball game. So this was announced back in the February Partner Showcase. As far as I'm aware, this game wasn't playable at Summer Games Fest. There's no previews for it, and it comes out in a week. It comes out on June 25th, I believe. So this is more so going back to when we think the Direct will be, but I think there's a very strong chance that this game would get a second trailer, get a demo drop maybe. I think Monkey Ball has traditionally gotten demos on the Switch eShop. This is the kind of game that you need to show again before it releases, and since we haven't gotten any previews, maybe Press did play it behind closed doors at SGF or something, right? But because we haven't gotten previews yet, I would be willing to bet that there's going to be a new trailer in this Direct as well as a demo dropped, just to get people more excited, because I have not seen anybody talking about this new Monkey Ball game, which is weird because it's like a new Monkey Ball game. I know it's like pretty still, you know, small stakes, but like it's a new Monkey Ball game. We haven't had one of those in a very long time, so I'm willing to bet that the Direct is going to happen this week because they need to show that. Not saying it's only because of Monkey Ball, right? They're going to have the Direct when they want to have it, but like if they do the Direct the following week, that's too late, right? They will have needed to have already, you know, dropped the demo or whatever, had press previews for Monkey Ball. If they do it on the 18th, that gives that game a little bit more time to breathe, which is pretty important. I think a lot of people kind of forget that this is actually an exclusive game. I have to imagine Nintendo paid for exclusivity on this one because all of the other Monkey Ball remakes we've gotten recently were on Xbox and PlayStation, so it is a Switch exclusive. I'd imagine Nintendo wants to show it off again and, like I said, probably have a demo drop for this game before it releases. So yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on with a lot of random indie games and third-party games that I really do think suggest a bunch of announcements for the things I talked about in this video, but also, yeah, that June 18th dates. I am a firm believer in it. I could be wrong, and if I am, hey, I mean, we only have to wait like another week at that point anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. How are you feeling about this upcoming Nintendo Direct? I am very, very excited to see some new Nintendo games. It is a little crazy that we are in June, like we're in late June now, or the second half of June, and all we know is LM2 HD, which is out next week, and that freaking Nintendo World Championships game. Like, we know nothing for the rest of this year, so I'm very excited to see, even if it's not much, just whatever Nintendo has decided to release this year. It's a very weird time to be a Nintendo fan, I gotta be honest. Not, like, necessarily in a bad way, it's just, like, we know nothing. So I'm very, very excited to see what they have to show us. Of course, like I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch news, reviews, discussions, coverage, all of that stuff. If it's happening on Tuesday, I'd imagine it'll be announced Monday. And if that's the case, I will make a video on it then. But until next time, folks, peace.